So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? No, but it's all down to this amazingly modeled, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger, I fear, in his training.
accepted. I took this during Discord, and I'll have some odd random stream during the week, and I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
And we will certainly make some buttons with space special goodbye there, folks. See what happens. The sea is climbing all over the place. So we're not crashing at that second. Right, those buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants to treat. Do you want to treat with the buttons? Do you want to treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get up to speech. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. Absolute soon. See you next
Greetings all and welcome. Welcome to the Crazy Madness. Yes, I'm just kind of late here getting my stuff ready, but not too late. Everything will be fine. I just put my headset on so I can hear stuff and things. Welcome to this Wednesday stream. Happy midweek, everybody. It's almost over. Don't worry. Right, so here's the funny bit, okay? In the title, we're the Dutch Bird here, okay? Right, we're in the Dutch Bird. And we're starting, as usual, cold and dark, right? And as you know, we're going to get more advanced with the checks and that sort of plan. So we're in the Dutch Bird. We're going to start cold and dark. So in the title, I put in going from whatever it was, Birmingham to Germany. Dutch Bird, cold and dark. What's that? Actually, when I'm talking to you here, I'm going to get my camera ready because I think my face is better now. So yeah, so I put that in the title, but no, it just said no. It just said no, you can't have that in the title. There we go. We'll just give it a minute here. It'll focus now in a second. It'll just take a while. I have to play it properly. So yeah, I just put in going from Birmingham to Germany, and everything would be fine. And it said no, camera won't focus. And of course, I realised then cold and dark Dutch Bird. You know, so that's what happened there. My camera's focusing now. That's very displeasing. Come on, focus up. Come on. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a while here. Anyway, there you have it, folks. Dutch Bird, cold and dark. So yeah, I didn't like that. Now I hope you see they could be looking at this later on, going, "Oh God," when they hear the voice part of it. Just fix my camera here. And this is YouTube. You know, you just don't know. You just don't know. Configure crosshair. I'm trying to fix the zoom here. I just had a camera over the cover because my eye was looking pretty bad there for a while. And I won't refocus my camera. Configure video again. Sorry about this. I just, at the last minute, I said, okay, I look all right. Now here's the focus thing here. So if I change that. No. There we go. There we go, folks. Welcome back. Thank you very much for welcoming me back. There's producer buttons to our left. I'll just change it a little bit because I know you want to see producer buttons, what she gets up to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pan it a little bit to the left. There you go. And maybe tilt it down a little bit, a tad there. There we go, folks. That'll do for the camera. So I'm back. Yes. Why is it still a little bit stingy, but what are you going to do? Okay, there we go, folks. Camera's back on. Let's get buttons cam on here, and let's get the controller cam on here. I'm planning now. I'd like to change my setup, but that's going to take quite a while. So welcome, everybody. Hope you're all well. Let's see who's on. No one's in Twitch yet. It'll take some time. People are on the way home. On YouTube, you got Clappy D. Greetings. Clappy D is saying, sneaky late stream last night. Yes, it was, because... I didn't feel it went very well, and I reviewed the video then after, and it was a bit choppy. There was stutters going on. I realised I had my PlayStation downloading in the background, which I didn't know it was doing, and that was causing the stutters. I said, I'm just going to do it again. I wouldn't sleep until I did it reasonably right, you know. At least the quality would be good, and I can't have bad quality at the channel. I'll just delete them, and I'll do it again if I have the time. Rude of the Great's already with us. What's all this then, Rude of the Great? We're flying the Fenix again. We're going to learn one more thing today again. Thank God for another A320 stream. There aren't nearly enough of these. I think you're being sarcastic, are you? Are you feeling that? That's okay if you are. That's fine. It's humorous. But is there lots? I don't know. Tell me, are you being sarcastic or is it a good thing? I don't know, because I do a lot of them. And I know, look, I have to become really in-depth at this and really knowledgeable. It's going to take a few years. You know, it's going to take a long time. Oh, what an intro. You like the intro, Freedom the Great. You sound good now. Great. I sound okay. I think it's trying to focus on the mic. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yes, of course it was. Of course it was. So maybe I'll put the mic over here. Let me know if it goes out of focus again. It shouldn't do. It's got that intelligent thing. Maybe put the mic here. This here should be right that way from far away from your mouth. They're very close. Man, you're gorgeous. I bet the women are all over you. Well, actually, Rudin, what happens is when I get home sometimes after going to the supermarket, they're outside the gate, you know, autographs, and you know, I once had to ring the police. There's got a few of them out there, you know, with placards and stuff, and it's just hectic sometimes. I can't even go out anymore. I can't even go to the supermarket, literally. So I have to subscribe because I need security guards. You know, it's a tough one. It's just, you know, even now there's a guard standing outside, a policeman, just sending people away, and you can't be loitering here. Richard the Great. Hey, Nikki's saying hello to Nikki. Nikki's here. Nikki Shorts. Nikki, hi, with you? Nice to see you here on YouTube. Brenda Berry is here. Richard the Great. You are never too. There are never too many Fenix streams. Oh, good. Well, it's my thing now for the moment until I think of something better. Rudin the Great, and do you know what, lads? I'm doing this because I like it now. You know, there'll be videos again in the future, but until YouTube is giving me a hard time at the minute, I think. Rudin the Great, that was sarcasm. I know it doesn't come across in text. I know you got to be careful with texts, especially if you're, you know, with your lady friend. I just pick up the phone. Text can be, you know. It's okay between guys. Anyway, I won't go into that. Rudin the Great. Great. So great to hear from you. Where are you from, says Nikki Shorts. I'm from Ireland. Nikki Shorts. I'm from Ireland. In Wexford. It's like a separate country to the rest of Ireland. Yeah. A country within a country, you know. Who else we got there? Macareer 707. Hi, newish to the game, but new to the community. Oh, great. Do you know what? Macareer. I'm going to call you Macareer. Tell me there in the chat how to pronounce it. I'm going to call Mr. Career. Is it Mr. Career? Mr. Career. We're looking for people like you to join our community, by the way. Newbies, don't be intimidated. We have all sorts of people flying. When I started streaming, people were all over the place, and we help each other out. We've got a Discord going. Just open Discord, look for Gripper Sim. Just join it. I can send you an invite. In fact, I'll send you an invite now while you're on, and before we get started, because I'm getting quicker at this. And to be honest with you, Mr. Career, I've learned how to fly, not fully obviously yet, but I'm learning how to fly the Airbus online. I'm asking people for help, and they're helping me, and that's how I've learned. I didn't have a clue really when I started, so that's the fun of it. And so everyone joins in. So let me get you the Discord there. Now I should have a link open here. I know, I know, but I'll just get the link. There's not enough people on. We have moderators, but do join us for shits and giggles, you know. And Flight Sim, by the way, I know I'm going to keep saying this because lots of new people join. It's actually not a game. It can be a game if you want, but it's not really. It is a game, but it can be more than that. It's a flight simulator, and really, what it is, Mr. Career, is it's a hobby. You know, it is actually a hobby. Oh, thank you, Clappy D, for putting the invite. Look, you see already there, Mr. Career. You see already. See the little link there. That Clappy D is a moderator and a member. Clappy D, or a star. And I'm going to put one on the other one. No new Reapers with us on Twitch. So there you are on Twitch, guys. That's the link I'm talking about. Pop on there and join our little community. I'm not on it as much as I'd like, except for my Sunday streams, which we all join on Sunday, and I put the flight plan on and all that kind of stuff on Sunday 2100 hours. I don't give you notifications of these ones, except for on Twitch. We got Twitch and Instagram and all that kind of stuff going. So it's a hobby. That's what I'm saying. Lonely Ripper's with us. Happy days, Lonely Ripper. Great. Okay, so yes. Now I'm starting to buy these again. Thanks to the members, by the way. Thanks to the members. I paid for this one. This I flew this yesterday, wasn't it? Look at the smoke coming out of your man. I paid for this one thanks to the members and for all you subscribers. So thank you to the members on YouTube and the subscribers on Twitch, because I wouldn't be able to buy these for you. Well, it's for me as well, I have to be honest, you know, I get to use them. But I need quality on the channel. And you know what, guys, over the years, this mic here, I was bought by the members. And it was bought by people with Super Chat and all that kind of stuff. It just goes into one place. And look at all those planes mating there. God, I wonder what airline they're going to create, you know. Yeah. Anyway, look at that. And I got the free traffic. The free traffic's going here, folks. Now this, I have to say, adds an awful lot. Now, you know, it adds an awful lot. You can see airplanes taxiing and taking off and everything. Just to let you know, if you're re-watching this stream, fly-by-wire is another Airbus, the Fenix Airbus, which is free. And it's really very good. It's brilliant, okay? This is a free Airbus A320 if you want to follow along and learn some stuff with this. So in here, right, not only can you have the free Airbus, they're building other aircraft as well, but they're high fidelity, meaning they're study level. And they're improving, because there's an awful lot to the Airbus, and they're improving it all the time. But not only do you get the Airbus in this, right? Where is it? The Airbus. The Airbus is up here. Yeah, there you go. A320NX there. It's free. Free. Oh, there's an update again. So there you go. Also, right, with the installer, you get the traffic mod. So it's called a traffic injector. And you have all the real world traffic. If you so choose, you can have 20% or 30% of the real world traffic. You can have parked aircraft. It just look at the life there. Usually your flights are just empty. Okay, so it's very atmospheric. So I just thought I'd throw that in for the newbies. And you know what? I think newbies a bad word. Can anyone else think of a word that's better than newbies? Anyway, thank you, folks. Because I have a gate 40 here. What does it say here? Stand clear, system lock. I love it, right? So you get all this stuff and things. So we're going to fly the Dutch Bird. So yeah, funny at the title. Dutch Bird, cold and dark. Nope, YouTube said. No. That's illegal somehow. That's how. Anyway, let's go to the cockpit, folks. Let's go to the cockpit. Now, let's have a look around the grace here again. They have found it. Oh, you're shotting amongst each other. Okay. In 3 years, I've saved enough for a motion rig. Oh, really? You're getting a motion rig for the great. Turns out that the sim is a lot cheaper. Yeah, when they found it, I got it. Okay, you're talking wrong there yourselves. Happy days. Cadets, if you like. Yeah, I don't know. I never liked the term newbie. Because we're all newbies at some point, folks, you know? You know? If anyone says you're a noob, do you know what? They were a noob once as well. You know? Remember that old childish thing? You know, they go, oh, you're a noob. Yeah, I'm a noob. Because that's how people start. And people start badly. And if you don't start badly, you don't start at all. So you have to start badly. Everybody in the history of human enterprise has started badly. Do you know what I mean? Lots of batteries going on there now. And I have external power connected, so boom. And this is fantastic. This is high fidelity Airbus. I love it. And I'm going to get to know more and more about it. The go-rounds were terrible. My go-rounds are shocking. I'm going to turn on some lighted chair. My go-rounds are shocking, and I know it. Because I fly the little airplanes that I go around perfectly acceptable. I think I panicked at this one day, and I just, you know, didn't do it right. Let's put it that way. And I'm going to do it right this time. Also, I was trying to get FSI panel working, because you can have, that's what I wanted to do today, is run FSI panel. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to start on approach with everything set up, and you can do it over and over again without restarting the whole sim and coming out and in again. I couldn't get it to work. I was up an hour. I was here an hour beforehand trying to get it working, and it just wouldn't work for me on this model of aircraft. I don't know why. So that's going to take an awful lot of my time trying to get that working. So that's why I'm not doing that. So that's what I wanted to do today, you know. So what I'm doing is I'm just switching all the lights, folks. All the lights and stuff. Because I like lots of lights. We all like lights. Lights make us all happy. Okay, that's enough lights. Oh no, I need more here. I have to have these ones on for these panels up above. Oh, dang it. There we go. Okay, more lights, and the first officers, of course. Lots of lights. I'd have to change the configuration of this so it starts with the lights on, folks. Do you know? I'm going to start for. There's so much to this flight sim. There's so much stuff to do and things, you know. Nope. There we go. Okay, so let's align these puppies here. I think it takes 7 minutes, someone said. So let's use that a few minutes. Let's see if they align. If you want them to align instantly, just switch off the nav here, off and on again in the Fenix, and they'll start up immediately. But we've got some work to do, folks, because the work we got to do is we've got to do the flight plan. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with this flight plan, because I've never gone to, I think it's called Bremen in Germany. Bremen, Echo Delta Delta Whiskey. So let's get that set up and see what happens. So I'm going to open up SimBrief. And we're going to see how this is going to work out for us. It's either going to be good or bad. Some days I have bad days because, you know, it ain't easy. New flight. You just download SimBrief and create a login. And when you log into the Fenix, it asks you to log on there and they link up easy. Easy as pie. Echo Golf. Bravo, bravo. And Echo Delta Delta Whiskey, ICAO identifiers for each airport in the world, and there's alternate. Now, we've got a bit of a cruise today, and we all know someone's going to come on and they're going to help us to do a diversion, right? But I'm just going to put the diversion in here because someone's going to come on and they're going to help us, and I'm going to ask them how to do a diversion. EHAM is the diversion, and go around. So I'm going to write those questions down because we all know someone's going to come on with a whole load of knowledge, as they always do, and they help out. They're great. Airframe's very important. So in here, you just make sure you got your airframe. What is that noise? Someone's putting on full power there. A320. And that's all I have, really. I have the op layout here is Aer Lingus, okay? I'm going to get used to that one because there's a lot of them. And let's have a look at the routes that we can choose from. So you got a bit of a cruise. That looks okay. That looks okay. Let's choose the first one, so shall we? Look, there's... Who's that? He's taxiing like a madman. That's got to be someone online, surely. Yeah, it's Mark. Mark, please. You know. PHBRA is with us as well. Welcome. He's taxiing like a lunatic. Yep. Okay, I'm going to slow down here because I have a habit, as you know, of just rushing. You know, I'm going to take my time. So let's have a look here what we've got. We've got our arrival, our alternate, our depart time. We're not worried about that. We're worried about that in SimBrief. Type profile is all fine. Flight number, registration, optional entries, good. Extra fuel, I'm going to carry a ton. 1,000 kilograms. Boom, 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 boom. And that's it. I think that'll do. Let's generate the flight. That goes up into the cloud then. Up it goes, and we can download it into the airplane. It'll do everything except for the departure and arrival, which you have to do manually. Okay, so let's have a look and see if we've got a departure and arrival. Please have a departure and arrival. Here we go. There's flight plan. Did I miss it? Yes, I did. Here we go. So our flight plan. Is it up at the top? It should be. Whew. I got to get used to looking at this one. That's it there. So we're departing runway 15 from Birmingham. And we're arriving into runway 09 into Germany, into Bremen. Is it Bremen? Looks like Bremen to me. There's a star. Oh, hang on. I didn't notice it's star. Hang on, this is great. So the star from standard instrument depart. Oh, SID. It doesn't have a SID. Okay, that's fine. We have a star. So the star into Germany is going to be. You see here. I'm looking at here. Boom. Golf, India, Bravo, Mike, Alpha, 2 Papa. And I expect to see that there. And there's our fuel and whatnot. Okay, let's see where we go with that then. Let's see how we go with that. Let's go back to the comments. I just want to put this off up here for the moment. I have another TV, believe it or not. And it's just a question of setting it up. I just get the comments back here on YouTube. Sorry about this, folks. I gotta fill up these windows all the time. I'm fighting for real estate, you know, is what's happening. Great. So, Lonely Reaper DCS Ducks, hey ho to you. Hey ho, there he goes. That's that chap that went off. He's gone off like a lunatic. And let's do that. Let's pop into the cockpit here. Got my chat, so if I see anything interesting. Good. Roy Evans, welcome. Planes cannot conceive if it's the right engine, it has to be the left one. Nice one, Roy. Nice one. Well, we saw it's happening. Okay, so it's not lined up yet. You see, it's not lined up yet. So the magic is, I don't want to wait. So switch them off and on again. I don't know why they turned them on like this. I don't know what that's about. There we go. See, it's all done. All aligned. Happy days. Okay, first straight into the flight plan. That's what I usually do because, you know, that's init request. That's going to download it because I've already logged on to, you know, into SimBrief. So I'm going to provide some 01 here. Let's just fit. They're mandatory boxes. Cost index 99. I know. I have loads of money to burn. We'll burn loads of fuel. Cruise level. Okay, now I'm kind of learning. You got to remember here, right? I'm kind of learning here, and I'm hoping people jump in. I know there's a few of you out there. So let's go back to the flight plan. So our cruise level is what I'm looking for. Someone just told me what that is, where it is in the flight plan. I'm going to see it. I'm just looking randomly for FL flight level. Distance 441 nautical miles. Flight level. No. 36,000 feet. I'm going to go 36,000 feet because that's the most efficient in the Airbus, according to performance. Okay. I looked that up. I just need the time. I'm not getting the time to do all the study, folks. Not enough time. You know, if I go to performance here. Sorry, to Prague. Is it Prague? 39,800. Oh, okay. Let's go 39,800 then. That's our optimal. So 39,800. That's almost 40,000 feet. So we're going to go there. That's the max. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's see what goes wrong so we can learn something, shall we? Okay, back to init. Sorry about that. There we go. Let's go to init page 2. No, I said I was going to do my flight plan first. Let's do the flight plan first. Flight plan. Okay, there's going to be a flight plan discontinuity. Our departure is going to be from runway 15. Now, which one? You know, there should be one. There should be one. Let's look back up here. Direct. It's not stitch here, but it's. You see, it could be by ATC, you know, but let's pick one and see what it looks like, shall we? So to pick one, I'm going to pick this one here, the first one. Now, I'm going to be looking up here. Let's go to plan mode. Okay, and let's pick that up, make sure it joins up. So let's try this one first. So I just clicked on it, and you can see here it has that yellow line. We're running 1Y15s that direction, so that looks to me like a straight out departure. Let's save that one. So insert. Now you can see we've got a solid line. Happy days. Now for the arrival. Boom. Arrival. We're arriving into runway 09. ILS 09. Excellent. Ryanair goes here a lot, by the way. I believe. And we're looking for GIBM-A2P. GIBM-A2P. There's always a letter. Well, that's it anyway. There's always a letter there and I don't know what it's for. Let's insert that. Now we're going to check our whole flight plan. Right? We're going to check the whole thing. So all I have to do is go next, next, next. I'm checking for any discontinuities. Any breaks? There's a break there. Now what we can do is this. Put that up. No, we can't. That's. I think that's the Boeing. You can do that in. So a little bit of. Let's delete that. Let's see if that gives us. Okay, that's gone crazy now. This is a bogus flight plan, I think. You see, that's turning us around. You know. Oh, it's going all the way down. Oh, that's okay. It's going all the way to Conway here, so I can delete him. COWLY. Let's delete him. That doesn't make sense. Sometimes there's bugs, folks. So I'm going to delete that one. Delete this one. Insert that. Now we're sucking decent. So we're not going too far. We're taking off. Taking a right turn, and let's check it again. So there's no other discontinuity. So that's sometimes there's bugs, I guess. I'm not a real Airbus pilot, so I don't know. You see, Airbus pilots get away with murder, folks. I hear, right? I hear that all of this stuff here, all the route planning is done by planning department. They just check. They just check it, which is nice. Now this doesn't look very healthy to me at all. Let's have a look at this. That doesn't look healthy to me. Oh, it does. Okay, so you're coming around almost overhead the airfield. And you're coming out and 10 miles. And hang on a minute now. That doesn't look right. Right. So this is something I learned yesterday. Someone sent a text message to the stream yesterday. What happened to me yesterday was this. It came down. That's only 10 miles out. Then I got to turn around. So I'll be intercepting the ILS at only 5 miles out. That ain't good enough. Now there's a via thing you can do. Let's go into the approach here and to the arrival. So that isn't far enough. What you can do is you can go via. Let's try that one. I'm kind of guessing here now, I have to admit. Let's insert that there. See if that changes anything. You have to go all the way again, scrolling. So this is the difficulty you have. Most of the time it works, you know. So let's see how that works. I'll tell you how that was only 5 miles out to intercept the ILS. So here we have one here. It looks like it's turning down here. It's going out here. You see it has 10 and 5 here. That's the distance. Comes out here, and we're going to intercept the ILS around about here at about maybe 6 miles. Let's try another via, shall we? That's quite short. But what I might do is on the way, let's not spend too much time with this. What I might do is another way out. We can take over manually and approach further out. That's what I'm saying. Also, you can add your own waypoints in here and all that kind of stuff. That's more stuff you got to learn. It's got a lot to it. But that's I'm going to stick with that. We'll fix it on the way. We'll worry about it on the way. But that's our flight plan stuck in there. So you can see, you know, think about this FMC. Add, amend, delete. You know. Add, amend, delete. Let's have a look at the comments there. Oh, there's that damn Tinder thing again. Drives me up the wall every time. And YouTube are very quick. You know, at I'm removing that. YouTube is very, very quick. Thank you, Clappy D. You're a hero. YouTube's very quick at getting their YouTubers. You know, Dutch Bird. It's the name of an airline. Okay, let's go to the checklist and let's get going, folks. I know it's a bit delayed. Okay, park and brake set. Yes, park and brake wipers are checked. Spoilers, engine masters are off. Engine mode selector, yeah. Thrust levers are set. Flaps, anti-skid, landing gear, and fuel quantity. All that stuff is just to make sure my actual controllers and stuff are working and the engines are off. Battery master 1 and 2 are already on. I put on the external power. Strobe lights to on. So let's get out of here. Strobe lights to on. ADIRS is already aligned. Engine APU fire test. Okay, I'm just going to test the APU just for shits and giggles. It's the same. Instruments and display brightness is done. Safety belt sign on. Safety belt sign on for the passengers. On. No smoking sign on as well. Good. Emergency exit signs are in position. Annunciator lights. We can test the annunciator lights. I'm not going to waste too much time on that though. That's just it's here. I just can't get. I'll do it. See how the lights go on. You can test the bulbs are working. A good example is when I was flying the twins there, you'd put down the landing gear and one light wouldn't work. So you go, oh my God, the right landing gear hasn't come down. No, it's the bulb. Replace the bulb. So that's what you're checking here. Okay, init page 1. So let's go to, I'm going to stick with the checklist. I know I've done some of it already. Init page 1 is fine. Flight plan, we've already checked our flight plan. We're happy with that, but we're going to fix that in the way possibly. Possibly problems ahead, folks. Maybe go around. Yeah. Radio nav set for our course and our ILS in case we need to come back. That's fine. Init page 2. So init page 2. Boom. Let's load up the airplane, folks. Let's go to mass balance. We can load it up instantly. Now, I need to re-import from SimBrief. It had the last one. Yesterday we went from Cork to here to Manchester, so reload. Yes, re-import now. Dismiss. There we go, and we got all our proper beeps and stuff. Good. And that looks good to me. Okay, so ground services. Mass balance. And what we can do is just hit load aircraft. And instant, or you can wait if you feel like waiting. Now 149 passengers, and they're all boarded, and we've got our CFG, so we've got our zero fuel weight in kilograms, 59.326. I'm going to put 59.4 and 31.6. 59.4. 59.4 and 31.6. I know I just said it, but you know, you gotta be paranoid. There we go, block fuel, and hopefully that'll have my extra ton in there. Cruise above max flight level. Now you see what I did there? That was an error on my part. I just want to clear. I shouldn't have done that. Confirm block. So the cruise is above the maximum flight level. So let's go back. Remember I put in performance here. No, where was it? It was Prague, was it? Yeah, I had 39. No. Optimal. See, it's changed now because the weights have changed. We're heavier now. So 34 now is the optimal. So I'm going to put 340 in for flight level 340. There you go. And now fix that. So we're going to 34,000 feet, folks. Happy days. 34 minus 52. That looks good. And at page 2 we have done as well. Great. Performance. This is all to do with our V speeds, V1, VR, and we rotate. Let's have a quick look at the comments there. Snapple, welcome back. Is that Snapple 72 from ages ago? It says Snapple 72 scanner now. Hi Grepper, it's great to see you on the big jets. I haven't been able to join you on your streams due to work, but I'm enjoying watching your videos and learning the Airbus. Oh great Snapple, thank you so much, because that's what I have in my head. I'm learning off other people on Twitch, and then I'm learning it and I'm passing it on to you. It's great fun, Snapple, so I'm delighted. I'm delighted. I must watch some of my earlier videos when I was doing this and see how bad I was. So it's the same with everything. Lonely Reaper says, hey Gripper, this is on Twitter now, on Twitch. Hey Gripper Sim, could you send the flight plan link to me on here or Discord so I could copy it onto my Learjet? Well, I don't know if I have time, mate. I actually do it at the last minute, as you know. But look at, if you put in, right? If you put in, you just don't let SimBrief. Just put in the origin and the destination and an Airbus like I did earlier on, and choose the first flight plan. You get the exact same as mine. So I don't know how to send that on to you right now. I don't really know. I'm sure it's an easy thing to do, but can I share it? Could you send the flight plan link to me here in the Discord? I could copy it to my Learjet. That's not a bad idea, you know. Lonely Reaper. How do I do that though? How do I do that? Print in PDF. Can I share it from here? Oh, I can download it. Okay, well, let's try that. Let's put that into downloads. Save. Right, so that's saved in downloads. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to go to the Discord. Oh, sorry, I hate when that happens. Where is it? Where is Discord? There's Discord. I'm going to go to the Discord. Let me show you what I'm doing. Go away. or in general. I'm going to put it in general, okay? So I can hit plus here. Hopefully it'll allow me to do it. Upload file. Oh, this is working out. This is working out. Downloads. Boom. Open. Now it's in paper format, so do you know? And that's it. Has that gone in there? There it is. So it's in general. I know it's in paper format. Would that help you there? Let's see. Would that help you, Lonely Reaper? Let's see if that works. Okay, so folks, you know, it might be not a bad idea in the future to be able to do this. Now, I'd like to send it so you can upload it straight into your sim. That's only paper format, but I'm sure there's another way of doing it, you know. Thank you. I'll plug it in and all now. Is that enough, Lonely Reaper? Because it would be handy for you to give it, you know, a certain format. We'll have to think about that. So that's just paper format, but hopefully that works for you. You seem pleased with it. Great. V1 is, okay, so what is this, right? Because I know there's one of you two are new to watching this, right? V1 is, this is a speed in knots. Actually, let me put on the numbers first, then explain to you, right? I know I'm going to do this 1,000 times. So you're going to come out here, and you're going to go to departure brief. And I was watching a video a few days ago, you know, and it's very similar to this. We're taking off runway 15. Now, all this information I'm putting in, okay, is 15. Flap config, I want 1 flaps, just for shits and giggles. Force toga, I don't think we need that. How long's the runway? 3,000 meters. I guess we don't need that. Packs off, anti-ice off. Load that up. Get our weather. What we've done here is, this is all calculated force. I actually used to do this manually back in ATPL school. I got our runway length, okay? So it takes into account the power of the engines, how it's configured, the type of aircraft, the weather, everything. So it's calculated exactly when you're going to unstick from the runway, when you can come to a stop if you have an aborted takeoff, and a whole lot of other things, okay? So I'm going to calculate that, and that's where we get our wind speeds from very briefly. So V1, when we're barreling down the runway, right, we can stop if you have an emergency, an engine failure, for example. Before 149 knots, we can come to a stop by the end of the runway. After we go 149 knots, 150 plus, and we're still barreling down the runway, and we have an engine failure at 149 knots or 150, you stop on the runway and you will make it by the end of the runway. So that's for, right? V-rotate is when you apply back pressure on the control column to unstick from the runway. So that's telling you when you unstick. And V2 is your takeoff safety speed, meaning that if an engine fails and you have 151 knots, you will have rudder authority and control of the aircraft with a single engine operations. Everything's thought about. Everything. So let's put those in. So 149, I hope I explained that right. 149, boom. 149, boom. They're very close together, I know. And V2 I said was 151. So we're all very close together. 151, boom. The next thing here is my flaps. So I want flaps 1, so I put flaps 1 / keep the same format as in this box here, right? So the next bit is my trim. So it also set up my trim. So down 0.2. And it's the same format, DN 0.2. And boom. Flex to temp, I have to learn a little bit more about that, so I'm not going to say anything. 63 degrees. 63 degrees. That's to do with the engine power settings and all that kind of stuff. You have a flex to tent here. You see this? Flex to, I hear it's for noise, which kind of, I don't know, makes sense. But I guess as well, if you don't need full power, do you really want to burn all that fuel when you don't need it? Because the engines are overpowered, which is nice. So you can flex to temp for various reasons. So that's my guess there. There you go. So I'm pleased. To shift, not too sure about that. And engine out acceleration, I have to find out what that is. I know it takes a while getting started on these, folks. Performance, we've done that. And everything's done. That's the guts of it now. Predicted wind shear is on. That's here. I don't know if it's modelled. Will be soon. And cabin door closed. We've got no passengers, so not very popular today. Barometric reference. Okay, so back to the pad here. Boom. Fenix. And I'm going to go to my flight, and it gives us the weather. The real world weather. And I've checked this several times. Right, and these are METARs and METARs and TOFs and whatnot. If you're new to flight sim, I know it's coded. It's kind of coded, but it's very easy to learn. Download AeroWeather on your phone. AeroWeather, it has a blue wind vane thing, and that will decode that for you in AeroWeather, and you'll learn what it is. And there's all sorts of stuff on the internet. Anyway, the QNH is the pressure setting of the day, and it's 1010. 1010. There's so much to explain if I hear. We'll never take off if I keep going on like this. 1010. Once, twice, and thrice, please. 1010. There was another one of those earlier on in different aircraft. So 3 times. These are our backup artificial horizon here. Old fashioned. I can even hear the noises of it very subtly in the background. There's our backup altimeter. Now, strictly speaking, I put our V1, V2, and all that kind of stuff in here. But I'll do that one day. You know, one day I'll be really boring. VF4 ADF, no, thank you. FCDU altitude. Now, the transition altitude, when we go to standard pressure, is... What's the mouse? Where's the mouse? Where's Navigraph? Oh, I didn't open up Navigraph. I got to open up Navigraph. Navigraph is another app you can use if you choose. You pay about $10 a month or something. I bought it because I'm using it every day. But you can get other stuff that's free. Does anyone know of another name of a free one? Do you know? We're taking off Echo Golf Bravo Bravo. I just want to get the transition altitude as well. Let's do the approach. It's on one of these plates here. It'll be fine. 5,000. It's 6,000 feet, or directed by ATC. So I've gotten to a habit of putting 6,000 feet here, because we don't get ATC. So 6,000 feet there. Good. FCD rented. Speed is managed. Heading is managed. IRS is aligned. Checked. EFIS arc 10 miles. Okay, fine. Arc 10 miles. Flight directors both on once and twice. Make sure they're on. It's great for flying manually. Let's start the APU and backtrack out of here, folks. Master on. For the APU, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. Boom. APU starter. Yep. Crew oxygen supply. It's not really. It's kind of modeled with the button, but it doesn't. I would like it actually one day, and they will have it. I know, because you're going to get asphyxiated, you know, with no oxygen. And can you imagine you didn't have your oxygen on, and that's happened before? You just fall asleep basically. You'll giggle and fall asleep, be a bit silly, and then you're gone. You're lula, and then you're all, you die. Then you got no oxygen. Kind of important. Very important. It hasn't modelled for the passengers, but what I would like to see modelled is you kind of grey out. Even, do you know what? Here, if anyone's watching, right? Here we go. If anyone's watching from FS Realistic, right? When they model the grey out, you can have people laughing and giggling and the first officer captain saying funny things, because that's what happens. You know, when you get asphyxiated like that. Apoxia, no? That'd be great. I should be a member of their team. Crew oxygen supplies on fuel pumps. We need fuel pumps for stuffing fuel into the from the wings into the engines purposes. And air conditioning. Okay, we're not really concerned with that because, you know, let's just fiddle with it anyway. Know it's there. Navigation lights on. Navigation. I'll put the logo on as well. Now, when I finish this, the APU is going to be started. APU bleed now. So it actually, the APU, usually when you start the APU, you'll see here, it automatically shows the APU here, but I can put the APU button here. There we go. The APU started. The flaps are open. All good. Now, you'll see this little switch here for the bleed. This is like a Hoover. It's flapping air around the aircraft, and I'm going to use that ram air to start the engines. So APU bleed comes on, and you see when I go back here now, it has the lead open, and we're going to use that to start the engines. An external power off now because we're using the APU, or auxiliary power unit, to power the aircraft, so we can get rid of external power. There we go. Beacon lights on. Beacon lights on. Let's warn everybody that we're going to start the engine soon. That's a little red light underneath the aircraft. And let's get ready for pushback. see where we're going to put the nose, and I'm going to do this. I was thinking about this the other day, the way to do this. So I'm going to go to nav. Oh, nav here. So we want to be going down. We want to taxi forward. That doesn't actually give us our facing, does it? Okay, so we want to taxi to runway 15. Now, what I can do, I'm just trying to do this realistically, you know. How would you do that? When you're sitting in the aircraft, you'd have a chart, wouldn't you? You'd know what gate you're at, and you know which way you're facing. So, it does have kind of a thing here. So, there's the gate, you know what gate you are. So now we need to go straight ahead. So we just want to push back on those to the left to be facing out and coming up these taxiways. And that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to play with the taxi instructions from Microsoft Flight Sim and see how that helps us, if it does. But I have a reasonable idea of where to go, so I'm going to keep that open. Good. Okay, so let's start a push back and nose to the left if we can, because we're quite close to the wall here, you know. So maybe just to the left, just back, I think. That's how it would be done. So you go back into ground services here. And we get rid of the ground power unit, and we get rid of the chocks and cones, and we ask this chap to connect the tug. And I'll put the park and brake off. Boom, just like in the car. Yep. And begin the pushback, please, Mr. Tugman. You'd be talking to them on the ground, asking, is it clear to start the engines? Let's say we're clear to start engine number 1. I'm going to put the selector, all I do, put the selector on, and boom, and hit engine 1 up. And it's all done for you automatically. I'm looking here now, and I'll put the engines on here. There we go. So N2 now is spooling up here. That's the inner fan. And N1 now is spinning up as well, slowly but surely. And we're getting oil PSI here. Oil. Yeah, there's pressure there. Oh, that's quarts. Yeah, 19.2 quarts. Is that all? Is that all this big jet takes? Start. Is it? Will that be all? Well, we can turn around. We're not that far away from the wall, so we want... There's Lonely Reaper. Greetings, Lonely Reaper. We want the nose to go to the left as we see it in the cockpit. So that means the tail goes to that way. And now we're backtracking. Let's just keep going a little bit here. We're back into Lonely Reaper a little bit. It's a pity you gotta manage it yourself, because you'll be doing checks, and you know, when you're doing the pushback, you're checking stuff. You're checking the oil temperatures and pressures in the engines, seeing if it starts up better, if it's correct to start up, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a pity you get... Oh, okay. Well, Lonely Reaper, we're just gonna have to squash you, I'm afraid, and pretend you're not there. You know. Boop boop boop. And I think that would do. Stop. See, I like the way it stops nice and slowly. Oh, it just pulls off and leaves us. Okay, off you go, Tug. Park and brake I leave off for the moment. And let's start up an engine number 2 now. Oop. There it is here. PSI is 0. That's fuel. Well, that's for the engine. Okay. Right, a lot of stuff to learn here. Here's N2. It's kicking off, and then 1. When it's up and ready, it'll say available. And then we can switch off the APU. So, did the tug push us into the building? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Great. That's fabulous. That's great. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Well done, tug driver. You know. Well done. You've just destroyed, you know, a very expensive aircraft there, you know. So I would like the tug driver to have a bit more intelligence. Now, I know you're going to say this GTX. Is it called GTX? But it's a pain in the neck because you've got to download profile for every single runway. It doesn't say, it usually says available here, but well, maybe it will. Let's see if it goes up here. There, it says available, so we can switch off the APU. So APU bleed off first, a boom, and then switch off the APU. Let's just follow the checklist and be sure. Yeah, APU bleed. Engine mode selector first though. Engine mode selector to normal mode. Then switch off the APU bleed, which I've done, and then master comes off. Boom. The APU now shut down. Great. Autopilot set and set takeoff trim I have written down here. So the set takeoff trim, the controls here. This is a new thing I learned yesterday. There's this pitch trim, and it's down 0.2. So if I trim here with my control column here, I can actually physically put it down, trim down, and it actually tell me here exactly. See that? There you go. So that's how that's done. I was guessing before. Oh, it looks about 2. That's probably right, but there you go. So down 0.2, so we don't rotate too early. And also, apparently, you put the nose down a little bit up to 100 knots, and then you relax the back pressure on the stick. You know, when you're taxiing to get steerage from the nose wheel. Okay, let's keep going. Let's just get some things and stuff ready. Probe window heat is auto. Spoilers, we just arm those. This is all happening as you're taxiing, by the way. This isn't a proper checklist either. Flaps set for takeoff. I want flaps 1. Anti-ice as required. Auto brake, we'd set that now. I have a physical switch here, but you can use your mouse button here. On to max, that's good. Auto brake is set. Nose light to taxi. Nose light to taxi. And run my turn off lights on. Park and brake release weather radar on. Okay, so we got to clear some packs here. Clear all the people. Let's start taxiing at last. And that was 57 minutes. What have I been talking about? What have I been talking about for 57 minutes? Jeez. Well, I was doing a lot of chit chat. In all fairness, and reading the comments. And that takes an awful lot of time. You know. So it's very bold of me. Let's have a look at see. My Toby is working quite well, folks, which is nice. I can even look in, zoom in here, which is nice. Indications are good for the stream. No choppiness. If there's any choppiness, let me know. Let's taxi a bit here. There's Blaine. Blaine 2318. Welcome. There's all the people starting to chat now. Have I put the safety belt sign on? Yes, I have. And we're going to take a right turn down here. I'm not going to bother with the ATC because it's pretty straightforward to where we're going. Now, there was an update for the... I don't know why it's putting smoke at the ground like that. I'd understand... Anyway, they'll fix it. They always do. They always fix it. Clear left. Look at the ATR there, look. Wow. That's pretty cool. I'm going to taxi down this way. We'll follow Blaine. Blaine, you better be going the right way. We are, because we're taking off 1-5, which is kind of the other direction behind us. Let's have a look outside for a little bit and see how we're getting on with the taxiing. There we go. A bit of eye candy, folks. Very nice. There's Lonely Reaper behind Johnny F. Is in the Aer Lingus livery there as well. I thought I'd just try something different with the Dutch bird. Seeing as we're starting... Seeing as we were starting with the cold and dark Dutch bird. They didn't like that, if you just joined us after it at the beginning. They didn't like it. YouTube, no. I see why. Cold and dark Dutch bird, what's wrong with that? It was purely innocent. And, I'll be shut down now. You can hear all the people chatting in the background. Let's clutter down here and get some viewage in here of the airport. There's another ATR there. The ATR is coming out. Colonel Klink is dying for the ATR to come out, as am I, because then Colonel Klink's very intelligent. Oh, there's a takeoff there. Colonel Klink is very intelligent, so it makes things easier for me. Don't tell him. It makes things because he's going to study the shit out of the ATR, right? And he'll help me because I'm the lazy one, He's the intelligent one. I'm not the intelligent one. But he's dying for the ATR, and I'm looking forward to that because he'll be all ATR, and we'll all be ATR heads, because it's not that hard. You can fly it any way, which way you want. So I think that'll happen. So there's a few of them coming out, the ATRs. I think Asobo coming out with one, but there might be a realism mod for it. I don't know. This, who else? There's a few companies coming out with ATRs now. Just like the Airbuses, you know, for Flight Simulator 2020, which is nice. Now, I should really move my head forward here. Alt forward, so you can see the side of the seat there. That's better, isn't it? There we go. So we're not looking at our seat there. So this is all very nice and dandy, folks. Nice and dandy. It's nice to look around. Would you believe I haven't done this in VR? I'm going to do it one day. I get the date to myself. And now that I know how to fly the airplane, now when I say I know how to fly the airplane, it's the bare bones of getting from A to B. And as you can see, I had problems with the flight plan even. The bare bones. That's all you need at home, really. You know? And I got started to try this with the VR. And I haven't tried it with the VR headset on yet. But I will. We're going to use the whole runway. We're going uphill now. I love the way the runway is slightly... You can see we're going uphill now just by looking at the view. So we've got a downhill ride, which is good for performance. So now I have to add some power. Look, I'll leave it at idle and see if it slows down too much, because I can feel it slowing down as we're going up the hill here, which is fantastic. Idle power will give you a little bit of thrust. I don't know if it's true on the Airbuses or not, but I do know twins generally I taxi around with idle power unless I'm going uphill. So we're slowing down a tiny bit. That's fine. So seeing as I'm only one person in the cockpit and I've no one to help me, I'm going to come to a halt here. Yes, I'm going to come to a halt. I'm going to let our friend take off. Right. Brakes on now. Brakes are on. Brakes are on. And I'm going to do the rest of the checklist. So every time I try to do it as I'm moving, you're looking you shouldn't be looking down. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be looking down. Transponder now. The transponder would be obviously as you're coming onto the runway, because then other aircraft TCAS will go off. So transponder on and TCAS on. Probe window heaters auto. Spoilers are already armed. Flaps are already set to take off. Anti-ice is required. Auto brake already set. Nose light set to take off. Maybe it should just line up and wait, you know. When we turn off lights, when we turn off lights on, parking brake off, weather radar now, put the weather radar on. We're out of the way because you'll burn someone on the ground. It's not active yet. Put in system 1. Chrono start, takeoff config, and all the rest of it. Okay, so I'm going to put takeoff config on, and I'm also going to put on the constraint button here for our way out. So you've got our constraints, and let's line up and go before takeoff. Nose light to take off. I'm going to do that now. Nose light to take off, landing light on. Let's do that now. TCAS is on, transponder is on. Okay, good. All I have to do is put the timer on. So let's take the parking brake off and line up on the runway. And let's go. I'm sitting very high here for some reason. There we go. Oh, easy now. Easy. Easy. So we're clear to enter. No traffic coming. Clear to the right anyway. See, I'm going to struggle to get up the hill. Lots of power is at it. So, if we have an engine failure catastrophe, what's it, 149 knots? We're going to come to a halt if it's after 149 knots. We're going to keep us climbing into the air and take the fault into the air. You know, if normal takeoff, I'm simply going to remind myself at 1500 feet to bring the power back to the climb to tent. Otherwise, I'll screw everything up. Have they fixed the rudder? This is the new model, by the way. This is the update, and it's flying much better, and it's easier to control on the ground here, I notice as well. Okay, let's come to a stop here. Anyway, so I'm going to take the throttle back to climb to tent, and then when the S speed comes up, then I retract the flaps. S for slats. Yeah, that's the new thing I learned the other day. Okay, let's leave the brakes on and just put the engines up to 40%, roughly, to make sure they're stable. They're coming up at the same time. There we are. That's good. Brakes off. Power to flex. Checking. It's no flex. Flex is set. That's good. Airspeed's alive now as well. There's 80 knots. The climb speed is set as well. 100 knots now. See the bend of the runway? I love that. 120 knots. 140. Oh, there's a car. Great. V1, rotate. That's an example of when you stop. Now, it does that all the time for some reason. Going up to 15 degrees. Positive rate. No usable runway available. Gear up. It's done that to me quite a lot. A Jeep. It was before the rotate, wasn't it? You know, that was a crash, and we would have come to a stop there. And there'd be things would be happening that are bad. Okay, we're climbing positively. Gear is up. I'm waiting to take the flaps up. I'm flying it manually now. And 1,500 feet. Set climb and climb thrust set. You see it here. You gotta watch those detents if you're, you know, if you're using a stick. That's where it is. Where climb thrust. That's what you need. Otherwise, you're gonna bust all your constraints when you add the. You're gonna bust all your constraints. Lowering the nose a bit and starting my turn. You're gonna bust all your constraints, right? When you put the autopilot on. So I'm just flying it manually here. We're gonna accelerate now. Up to about 180 odd knots. 160. And I'm going to put the autopilot on. That button there. Boop. Feet off the pedals. Autopilot's on. Thrust climb set. Good. Line is set. Line is set. Yes. We're passing 3,000 feet already. There's the S there, right? See the S? So I was taking the flaps up too early. I was guessing, oh, that should be fine. But no, slats. You got to take the slats up around here. Then you won't get any grief. So, but just after about 190 something knots, you know. So I'll take the slats up about the flaps up about now, right? Flaps up, boom, and the little red line goes away here. That's our speed we want to keep. It's a restriction of 210 knots, so it's going to slow us down here. So that's the restriction. See there? Which is great. And the airplane keeps the restrictions, look. And that, see the amber, the magenta line here, the arrow thing there? That matches the colour of 210 knots, which is great. Now it'll accelerate now, because we've got past it. The little green dot, I believe, is the best lift-drag ratio. I think. So you're accelerating, that little arrow means you're accelerating up to the speed 250 knots, which is the constraint below 10,000 feet. And that's what that is. Now, I'm regurgitating stuff I already know. Well, that's fine. But on the cruise, once we get past the busy stage here, I'm going to see if we can figure out how we do our alternate. If we have to go around and our go around. At least one thing, either the alternate or the go around. So 6,000 feet is going up. Let's say we're clear to 30,000 feet, okay? Let's say we're clear to 30,000 feet. Just at that point, boom, 30,000 feet. We're going past the transition altitude. Let's put, when I get standard and standard. Why is it lowering the nose? Oh, it's a constraint. Oh, 6,000 feet is a constraint. Okay. Interesting. That was... Oh, 4,000 feet. Okay, I don't know why it says 6 here and then 4 there. Oh, we're past it, are we? I don't know. That's peculiar, because it says... Oh, you got to be above 4,000 feet here. Okay, see, that there's a plus just before the 4, so you got to be 4,000 feet about Bravo Bravo Echo 13. So that's interesting. But it's keeping us at 6. I know I pushed that button in. So it's got to be constrained further up. No, I don't see any constraints on the way after that. So that's interesting. Now it's climbing. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't see... 6,000 feet. Okay, they must be close together. 6,000 feet was the constraint. So we're going to climb. So it does that for you automatically, which is nice. Speed limit exceeded. Oops. So how did I manage to exceed the speed limit? I don't know. That would be... I would go to ops there and I say, you know, your man there exceeded the speed limit. And there'll be a meeting about that one. Yep. I'm pretty sure I have real live weather on. Let's just double check here. No, I don't. My apologies. Now, I'm going to switch the time to a little bit earlier on. Okay, so we've got some... So you can see something, but the real live weather's on now. Nothing to speak of, really. But we're going to leave the time so you can see. You can see out. So off we go, up to 30,000 feet. And we said our altitude was set to... You can go to Prague here. 34,000 feet, so let's stuff that in. We've got no ATC to tell us what to do. 34. And that's in. Do you have to push it in again? I don't know. Let's see what happens. So we're on our way, folks. Let's do our after takeoff checklist. After takeoff, gears up. Flaps are up. Spoilers are not disarmed. Thrust is set to climb. Autopilot is on. Nose light off and runway turn off lights off. Nose light off. Runway turn off lights off. That's on to taxi now. You've got to be careful. And the climb barometric reference set after the transition altitude. We've already done that. Above 10,000 feet, we're going to switch off the landing lights. Boom, boom. Anti-ice is required and safety belt signs off. Let them walk around. Boom. So that was a good enough departure, folks. All we're going to do is climb now and cruise. And I'll do the cruise checklist and we get ready for our arrival. I like to have here set on the flight plan. It tells us underneath there we've got 430 nautical miles to go. So with that time, let's see who's on the chat. Let's have a look outside. I love the sound of the engine from behind it and in front. Let's clutter up and see who's with us. Is there anyone I recognise there? Oh, there's PH and BRA. Lordy Reaper's there and Johnny F. Above Chris, are you with us? Lordy Reaper, Micropilot. We might have some new people with us, we don't know. But we've got Lordy Reaper coming anyway. Let's declutter for the light candy. I'll come out there. Okay, good. Now, you can all hear me, I hope. Let's have a look at the YouTube comments first. I'm going to scroll back a little bit, see where I was. Rudin the Great, 27 minutes, good flight grip, just stopped to leave a like. Oh, thank you, Rudin the Great, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Don't forget to hit the like button, folks. You know, that helps. That does help. Snapple is chatting there. I was chatting to Snapple. There's an awful lot to learn in these jets, but they're very satisfying to fly, says Snapple. Yes, they are. It's oddly... I'm kind of enjoying the streams now in the evenings. It's oddly relaxing. In a funny type of way. It's oddly relaxing, and there's so much more to learn. I keep kicking myself because today I got caught up with other stuff today. I had to go to the vet. I had to go to the doctor, and you know, and then it's lunchtime, and then you're gone, and then you haven't done any study yet. You know, I'm gonna call it study, research we call it, whatever you like, but I haven't done anything with this. You know, so I one or two things I need to learn today. Who else we got with this? Paul Downey, greetings. Little nav map. Yeah, I heard Little Nav. I'm not going to write that down here. Notes in my pad. Little Nav map. There's another one. Damn it, I've forgotten the name. There is another one. It'll come to me. Dutchy, greetings. I pretty bird gripper. Yes, you are a pretty bird. Dutchy. Aviation Blice. Are you flying online? If so, what network? And the North European server always. Thank you, Clappity, for telling him. Thank you so much. Blaine FX on YouTube. I'll get to the fish in a second. Says, what VR headset do you have, Gripper? I have an old Oculus Rift, which is showing its age. But even with it, I found Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't look great. A lot of visual artifacts. Yeah, I had the initial Oculus there, Blaine FX, and it's come a long way. I have the HP Vive, isn't it? I haven't used it for a while, and I tend to use it when I get some time to myself to veg out. I tend to use it, and it is absolutely brilliant. They have come down in price a fair bit, I think. The one I would like to have the most is the Oculus, because it has the peripheral vision. It comes out here. Right, not the Oculus, the Pimax. The vision comes out this way instead of here. So you're not like a pony, but you know, do you know what I mean? So I don't know if they're good or not. They've been out now. I haven't looked into it, but there's all sorts coming out now. But if you have a look at the Pimax, they have the wide angle lens, you know. But the small ones are just as good. It's expensive with the wide angle lenses, but they're good. But yeah, you're in for a treat. If you've got the old Oculus Rift, the original, and you get a new one, your head's going to drop off, because it's like looking at the monitor. It's 4K or 8K or something like that. Oh, we got a bing bing. We got a bing bing, and it wasn't very loud, and I'm sorry for that, because I missed some of them there. 21 minutes ago, Reg subscribed on YouTube. Regs, welcome. Welcome to the Madness, Regs. I'm delighted to have you on board. And Peter Kilajansta, I can't pronounce your second name, Peter, just subscribed a few seconds ago. Peter, thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Actually, do you know what happened there? I think it was the last stream. I was so involved chatting, I missed. I don't know why the sound is so low on the notifications there. It's infuriating for me. I've got to look into that now as well. But three subscriptions on Twitch. And I didn't thank them. I just didn't see it. I saw it after the stream. And actually they were. I can't see it now. It doesn't have the history. Oh no, I did thank them. There they are. 2, 3. Yeah, it's Johnny F, Robert Times, and TK. So thank you very much. I did thank them, thank God. But thank you very much for subscribing. Where was I with the chat there? HP Reverb is the one I have. Yes, thank you, Clappy D. So HP Reverb. So Blaine FX, you're in for a treat. Anthony Node. Lima November Mike is also free, but rather comprehensive. Okay. Thank you, Anthony. On Twitch. We have DCS Dux is here with us on Twitch. And just going back a little bit. Lonely Reaper got the flight plan. Let's see. Could you? I did that. Thank you. I'll plug it all in. Sadly, I'm on Xbox. I can download it into the sim. Can I download it into the sim? I don't know, Lonely Reaper. That's a good question. Yes, you can, but I don't know how. There is a way to download them into the sim, but I don't know how. I think. You could certainly, I don't know, is the question. I'm not going to try and make it up. I don't know, Lonely Reaper. But you can do the same thing in the, as you know, in the actual interface. You can make up your own flight plan in Flight Simulator IF4, and it'll do all the sits and stars for you in the flight sim itself. They won't be the exact same as these ones. Neither does it have to be. So you can do that. All what we're doing here, all I'm doing is using SimBrief for realism purposes. A Navigraph, you don't need all that to fly the jets at all. I hope you know that. Let me know. I think you do. You're chatting with DCS Dux. DCS Dux knows everything. DCS Dux is the wise one. Lonely Reaper says, hey Gripper, what runway are you using to land? I'm coming into land on runway 09. 09, Lonely Reaper. Johnny F also... We're talking to Lonely Reaper there, Johnny F. Johnny F's with us. Oh, he's giving the route there, thank you. Another little comment coming across there. Michael Stedman, welcome. And Anthony, no, did I say hello? Oh, you did. Michael on YouTube is saying, you've been streaming daily for quite some time. What about Microsoft 2020 keeps you excited? What is it about Microsoft 2020 that keeps you excited to keep doing it day in, day out? I don't know. I do know. I just want to learn for, you know what? Just for the hell of it, I want to know the Airbus. Because I've been doing flight sim videos and stuff and trying different things in flight sim at the channel. And I never really knew an aircraft very well. Now, I have to say, you know, this is a kind of an odd, relaxing kind of nerdy thing, I guess. But it's very relaxing. And you've got to learn one new thing every day. And that's what I'm going to do in this stream before we get close to our destination, which we're 359 miles away from. It's a weird thing. I am a pilot in a small aircraft. And for the hell of it, I'm going to know how to fly the Airbus. I might go into a sim one day for shits and giggles, you know, when I have the cash and just fly it around. And there you go. It's just, you know what? And I want to perfect it. And it's probably just for perfection's sake. You know, why do people juggle? You know, also, I won't lie to you. I'd like to be popular on the streaming. I'd like to be an expert on these planes so I can make videos on how to do certain things for newbies and have the knowledge, because you can fly around in light aircraft all day on YouTube and that's all fine. Everyone's doing that, but you have to be an expert, don't you? So I'm going to be an expert, hopefully, if I am allowed and able to keep doing it. So there's your answer. And it's fun, you know. And it's hilarious to think that it's so high fidelity, you know. And this Fenix is getting more and more realistic all the time. You know, like earlier on, that S thing that came up there to raise the flaps. I didn't know that before, you know. Little things like that, you know. But it's for shits and giggles, to be honest with you, really, you know. Shits and giggles. I want to get onto VATSIM. And people watch people when they're good at this. They get watched. You know, it's fascinating. People watch it. So I hope you're enjoying it, Michael. Ian Potter says, my main issue with LNM, what is that? Is that you can't specify different altitudes over a flight plan. Do you mind if I just take my camera off there for a minute, folks? Just to get some eye candy there, because I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my face off just for a moment. And I'm going to put the buttons cam onto buttons with the cruise. And I'm going to take off that other camera there for eye candy purposes. There you go. You can see what buttons is up to. Let me just read that comment there on YouTube. My main issue with LNM, why can't I get that? I presume that's the Fenix simulator. I think you can specify different flights. I think you can change it. I'm sure you can. I don't know. Michael Stedman says, cheers for the response. If more people are willing to keep learning about things they love, they would live in a happier world. Great things are ahead for you. Oh, thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Do you know what, Michael? I have to say to you, right? You know, when you're working, all right? I was in IT, and you're learning nonsense. You're not making anything. You're not helping anybody out. You know, it's IT. You're fixing a Unix server or some nonsense. And okay, it was great at first and pays the mortgage. But you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything, really. You're fixing shite for shite, all right? And I'm going to do something to perfect it, hopefully, for the sake of perfection. There will never be... The whole thing about perfection is, you know, like I tell my students when we're flying, is you'll never get that perfect landing. You might get it once or twice, but it's not going to be consistent. The whole thing about perfection is you'll always be chasing it. There is always a horizon, and you'll never catch it. Because if you catch it, then it's boring, isn't it? So you're always chasing perfection. And maybe if I keep doing these streams and learn one thing a day, you know, people will begin to watch it, and then, you know, that'd be interesting. And who knows? You know, who knows? I love the trails on the flight sim. Ah, Clappy D says little nav map is L, and thank you, Clappy D. Johnny F. Z is normally preferred. Oh yes, of course, you're talking amongst yourselves. Yes, Z. That was another thing I learnt yesterday. Was sometimes you get a choice of ILS Z on the same runway, ZX and Y. So Z is the one to choose, isn't it? I don't know what they mean. I don't know what the deuce is going on here. Cabin crew now is. What you doing? What's going on there? Producer buttons. Oh god, what time is it? It's only 6:20. It's not time for it's not time for a treat yet. Yeah, looks like producer buttons is just beast for some reason. There we go. Okay, folks. Now that we're in the cruise, let's do the cruise checklist, okay? Because now I'm in danger, and you know it, I know it, producer buttons knows it, DCS Ducks knows it, Joel knows it, Johnny F knows it, Tony Reaper knows it. Because I'm going to be chatting, figuring something out, and then all of a sudden we'll be too close to the airport, and then we're all stuffed. Oh, DCS Ducks says X, Y, and Z have different requirements. Yeah, so what that's about YouTube, if you're wondering, is that sometimes you choose an airfield and it has ILS for 09 X, ILS for 09 Y, and an ILS for 09 Z, and I never knew which to choose. They have different requirements apparently. There you go. Okay, I want to get ready for the approach. I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to do the cruise checklist. So check ECAM. Okay, everything's fine. It's a computer. I have no failures in there. Let's go to engines there. Check weather. Okay, so let's check the weather in our destination. So we go over here. So I'm going to get this out of the way. We're going to try and figure out how to do a diversion properly or a go around, either one. Probably how to activate my diversion. That's all I want to know today. I'll figure that out while I have the time. There's the weather. Arrival. The QNH is 1017, and I have a habit, whether it's good or bad, to put it down here. 1017. Now what we're going to do here, I'm going to go to performance. I'm going to go to next phase, to our arrival. And we're going to plug in the arrival data. So I said the QNH was 1017. 1017. The temperature is, by the way, if you're new to this, okay, METAR, meteorological terminal arrival. It's the weather above the aerodrome at the time of the following. So there's the IK identifier. It was issued on the 26th at 17:20 Zulu. It's automatically generated by a weather station. The wind is 200 at 04 knots. And that's in here. 200 at 04 knots. Now, see the way I have to format the same with the slash? The temperature is, it's 13/12. 13 is the temperature and 12 is the dew point. Ooh. How is Cav okay? It's very close to the dew point. When the temperature and dew point meet, you're going to get haze and fog. Fog, certainly. Low visibility. So I don't know why it's Cav okay. So the temperature's 13. 13 degrees Celsius. For the moment, we're going to look at the approach later on. I'm just going to put 200 feet on the radio, okay? That's above the ground. It's a radar, not barrel. Just going to do that. Landing config is full flaps. And that's it there. So we put the QNH in, the temperature, the winds, transition altitude. Okay, let's find out the transition altitude. I'm going to go to level graph. And Archaeo is Echo Delta Delta Whiskey. Z. This is an approach, the type of approach I do manually with the twins. Anyway, a nice neat one, I like these. 8.7 miles out, we joined the ILS at 3,000 feet. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. 5,000 feet is the transition altitude. I'll put that in the other window here. RadNav. The ILS frequency to Bremen is going to be 110.3. 110.3. The approach course is 086. 086. Now why is that out? I don't know. It's always out 1 or 2. I don't know why. Everything's updated as far as I'm aware. Maybe there was an update just gone. I don't know. Anyway, we'll go with that. 084. F. I don't know what the F means. That's all set in there. And whilst we're in the cruise, I'll get ready. So if I'm late while I'm chatting to you, I'm going to set this down to 3,000 feet. Which is the base. I'm going to join the ILS and come down the ILS. Now I don't have any radar vectors and whatnot or ATC, so that would obviously not be 3,000 feet immediately. Okay, so that's that done. And so if I'm late and I stuff everything up, I go, oh my god, I got to descend. All I got to do is hit that button, in or up arrow, and then we start descending and everything's set up. Now, flight plan. The question is, alternate. I don't want to enable it yet. If I hit this button here, that's our alternate, yeah. So does that have a flight plan to the alternate? I don't know. Let's go return. So that's the beginning. That's how you activate your alternate. Great. So if someone's on and they know how to do that, let me know. Now, the GC button's beginning to kick off a little bit. And we all know what that means. We all know what that face means, folks. Let me just arrange stuff here. When producer buttons does that, she knows I'm online. Okay. Oh yeah, hit the like button. Buttons is what's it say here on YouTube? Is depressed. No, she's not depressed. She had a great day today, actually. She is looking for a treat, effectively. And she knows. She knows what she's doing. She's going to start jumping up at me soon. She can't get behind the wires now anymore and disconnect the whole thing. So let's put it to a vote, shall we? So, I want to play with something here and see if I can do. You see, she started already. Yeah, little buttons. Okay, here we go. Oh! Okay. Ow. Little duck. Little buttons. We're gonna have a vote. Okay. We're gonna have a vote to see if you get a treat. Alright? We're gonna have to vote first, the buttons. People have to say yes or no and they have to hit the like button. Let me put that face cam on here. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was my fault. Oh, God, I'm so unprofessional. This is not funny. Let's get all the cameras back on here. On, I said. On. Okay. Back. So. I have to keep moving the camera buttons because you keep moving. You're only delaying the inevitable buttons. I don't have a treat yet buttons. Right, we're going to do vote. So you're going to have to... You're going to... Maybe flip the camera here and see what's going on. She's all over the place here, sorry, but this is a typical thing that happens in the cruise, folks. The passengers get ready. The passengers do get ready. And I'll move this camera over here so you can see exactly what she's doing. Oh, that's my big belly there. Which has to be sorted out in the gym. So now, I just want to try something new. I'm going to go to Streamlabs here on another window. And I'm going to figure out how to do a vote with Streamlabs and YouTube. Okay? So, Twitch. I'm going to learn everything on stream, folks. It's the only way. Where is that thing? Creator dashboard thing. Stream manager. I know buttons. You're gonna have to wait because you have to have the vote first. Stream info, top chat, manage goals, raid channel. I saw it here somewhere. And it's actually not telling me I can do a vote. Darn. I found that already had to do a vote on Twitch, folks. You see, it was like here. It was one of these actions here. Manage goals. Goal type. No, I'm not going to do anything I don't know, but I did see a little button here. Start goal. Okay, that does some things and stuff. Alright. Okay, let's get back on track what I was doing here. There was something to manage a vote here, and I'm... Oh, poll! Here it is! Here it is. Poll management, create new poll. Great. Okay, should I give... Probably no way would be one, because I know it's going to be very tight, you know. Up to you. We'll have yes. If you don't I'll not hit the like button. Oh, it won't let me type any more there, see? Leave it at that for the moment. The first time doing it. Allow additional votes. Okay. Start poll. We'll put it on for 2 minutes. And we'll put it on for 1 minute because the button's kind of waiting here. So, there we go. Let's see how that works there. Should I get producer buttons to treat? Okay, so that's there. Has it come up? Okay, let's see how that goes. Now let's do it in YouTube as well. Let's not leave our friends out in YouTube, because I know how to do it in YouTube. How do I? Show your support, represent, engage your audience, add reaction. Oh damn. Damn it, that button's gone on YouTube. Show your support, represent. Super chat, super sticker, memberships. Oh, that's nice. Add reaction. Engage with your audience. Oh, there we go. Start a poll. Start a poll. Oh god, I spelled it wrong. There we go. So, YouTube, you have a poll there. Will I... Now, it's not the time for treats, for buttons. This is the look she gives me when she's expecting something. See the way she has her head in her paws? She's expecting something to happen. She's not impressed. Are you, butts? She always is that when she wants to go for, you know, anything like that. So, have a look at the polls there, folks. Valstorm says yes. Dutchy, almost fly over my house. You almost, oh great. So we've got yes at 83% and no at 17%. There's more yeses happening there. There's 7 votes so far on YouTube. How many of you are watching? There's 20 watching on YouTube now. So, come on. And don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button. So, well, I don't think... let's see here what's happening on Twitch. Is it actually working? No, it's not. Oh, bugger. Sorry, folks. What's going on here? Sorry about that. Why is it happening in Twitch? Johnny F73 says, well, we know the answer to this one. Yeah, if it's a proper read to the stream, yeah. I don't see any activity there with regards to... God, I've mess everywhere. With regards to there's the boys ahead of us there on our same track. So where's the poll now on Twitch? That's a Discord. That's our flight plan. I don't know what's going on with the Twitch. I don't know if it asked you folks. That's very annoying. Well, we know what the answer is. Oh, producer Button's left the room. I'm being cruel now because she's waiting too long for a treat. So I'm going to give her a treat now, folks. Before, it'll only take me a second. So 90% said yes. Who said no on YouTube? Who was the person who said no on YouTube? I'm going to end the poll there. 90% says yes. Go on, who was it? You just did it for development, didn't you? So that was 10 votes out of 20 people. 29 watching now on YouTube. And one just dropped off there. Oh, God. Okay, so we're going to get ready for our approach now in a second, folks. So it's a yes. I'm going to go outside now and get that treat because it's unfair to keep the dog waiting too long. She stormed out now in fury. So just give me 30 seconds. Probably more like 15 seconds. Let me get the treat. Right, come on, the street time. Right, come on, the street. First joke. Right, folks, I got these new treats. They're quite good and crunchy, you know. There you go, little buttons. There's another one. There's another one there. Look, you're blind. Oh, you haven't finished doing the first one yet. Yes, there you go. Okay, let's get that camera back where it should be. I need to get that camera sorted. It's going to take a lot of work though because the way I have my setup, that this whole control area here, right, that should be viewed from the side with a better camera, to be honest with you, and lit up a bit better. So I want to have that set up just to make everything look nice and neat and tidy. But I got to move my whole rig, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Let's twist the camera around here. I've got no treat set buttons. Keeps walking up my hand. It's all gone. All gone, little joke. Good joke. Hop into bed there, please. Right. That's the end of that. Okay, let's get ready for our approach a little bit better. Let's see where we are. We are now... oh, here we go. We had this before. This too steep path ahead. This is the second time this has happened to me in these small runways. So how do I fix that? We don't have any experts online at the moment, it looks like. Let's have a look here. Oh, there is. Yeah, there's the boat there. Sorry, oh, that's YouTube though. I didn't see it working on the stream chat. I don't know why. Alright, folks. Steep path. I might have to make up vectors for this one. So let's have a look at our approach and try a different one. How much time have we got though? 142 miles. We're getting close now, folks. We got 42 miles to go before we start descending. Probably less than that. So I'm going to have to sort this out now on the fly. Our descent's coming up fairly shortly in the next 40 miles now. Okay, so I might have to let's see if I can. I did a via. Let's try a different via. Let's go to plan mode. And let's see how that works. I'm not going to move it there. Let's try that. I can't do any damage anyway. Insert. That looks messed up. It looks messed up there for me on the way in there. Let's zoom in a bit. Damn it. That looks awful. I don't know what it's doing there. Let's just keep going and see what it does. Okay, let's zoom in a bit more. No, see, it's coming in too tight here. You know, that's 10 miles, and we're turning in at about 7 miles there. That's not going to happen. You know? So the V should be out here. So let's try another one. Oh, ILS-Z is the one, didn't we? So let's re-examine this. 09 Z. Oh, I didn't have Z selected, did I? Try that one. And insert. So the Z's are the better ones, I was told. It's still, no, still it's very tight. But it's a published one, isn't it? So I'll go with that now. Because remember we were talking about they'll give you 3 or 4 and you know, Y, X, Z, and Z's the one to choose. So I think we're going to go with that, but it still seems very tight. Because even in the small aircraft we come out 10 miles, you know. But we'll see what messages it gives us. And look, if you stuff it up, I'll do go around to flight manually. Now the other thing is a go around. Oh, Cooper Sim. We're almost ready for our descent, so let's concentrate on that now. So let's put the, looks like it's going to be cloudy under there. Because look, the weather has changed now. We've got a big cloud layer there, which is nice. Look at that. The mist, you know. Let's start our descent, folks. 2 miles to go. All I have to do is hit that button. In. Oh, let's go. Come on, in you go. There we go, coming down. We are going very fast. So I did have the index quite high, just so we wouldn't be on the cruise for too long. So I'm going to put the index down to 20. So that'll slow us down a little bit. That's going to help. So it'll take a bit of speed off as we come down. We've got plenty of time to do it. We're a little bit above. We're a little bit above here, our range here. Oh, we're going very fast. Oh, now we're fixing it now, look. I'm looking here at this little zigzag line. That's when we're going to be back on profile. Okay, that's when we're going to be back on profile. So, because we're descending, we're going too fast. So what I'm going to do is very gently put out some brakes here. Very gently put on the spoilers there. See the spoilers outside the aircraft. That's going to dump some lift and slow us down a little bit. See them there? There they are. I love the way you see all the guts in it. All of our, it's absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely stunning. So those are the spoilers. Also, when you land, they come right up to dump the lift from the wings. You know? Now, we're coming within our speed range now, which is in between these two magenta lines. And that's the ideal here, I believe. So, like this line here is getting shorter and closer to us now. So, because we're going so fast anyway, to descend, you got to lower the nose, and when you lower the nose, you increase your speed, and then what can you do to slow down but add your brakes? So typically speaking, I should have decelerated. I shouldn't have been going at index 99, but I didn't want to be too long on the cruise, you know, running out of things to say. So how do we do a go around with it programmed in? Is it programmed in? Is it in the Fenix yet? You know, some of the guys like Iceberg was here there a few times, and a few others. They were pretty good at this. But what I'll have to do is now, tomorrow I'm not doing anything else. I'll have a few hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this FS panel 2020 working, so I could see how it's programmed to do the go around and the alternate. So you got to go around and the alternate. Now, obviously in the go around, it'll tell you something like, let's see what it says here in our destination. Let me keep an eye here how far away we are. Got a flight plan here. I'm going to keep my finger on the speed brake here so I don't forget. Oh, we're only 64 miles away. Right. But we're on profile. I'm going to keep the brakes out. Now I can put the brakes back in. You can see this dot here. That is our profile. So I'm slowly putting the speed brakes back in. See here? There in profile, you can see that wind is gone and it's all clean again. Happy days. I see a few chats there. Oh no, it's not that damn dating thing again. I'm so sorry about that, folks. It drives me mad. Drives me mad. I'd use it for the channel, and there we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good. Clappy D says the recorder. Yes, thank you, Clappy D. Let's get the recorder going nice and early. I'm going to do a manual landing here. And did I say at the beginning of the stream, this is the updated version of the Fenix. And if you remember when you were flying it, it was very hard to land. Remember, all those landings I was having great difficulty. Landing for me has always been an easy task. You know? It's always been an easy task for me. I don't have to think about it. But with this, I had to think about it. With the Fenix, all of a sudden I was going... It's just... It kept going... I put in an input in the control column. Just get that here. I put an input in the control column. you know, I put it in the input and then it would go, and then I'd straighten it out, and then it would take ages to come back again, and it was all over the shop. Now, I took it up for a quick circuit after updating it yesterday, and it worked really well. My landings are much improved, so I was right with they updated basically the dynamics to a more reasonable setting. I'm getting no warnings now after changing to Z. Right, so I do feel it is tight, but I think we're going to get away with it. I'm getting no warnings here. We've got the constraints on. Let's do some checklists, folks. Drapers. Temperature, okay, we've got everything in. FCU altitude, we've done that. Safety belt sign is on. Did I put the safety belt sign on? It is now. Anti-ice is required. Barometric reference, we've already set that, but let's just double check it. Let's update the weather there in Germany. 1017. 1017. Yes, it's still 1017. We're about 10,000 feet. Then we're going to put the landing lights on. We've got 5,200 feet to go. ND range, fine. Constraints, ILS frequency confirmed, which I've done. Intercept heading, yeah, and then the localized. Then we're in. So my next stage is 10,000 feet to put the landing lights on. The transition altitude is got a mouse working here. Oh. Transition altitude I said was 6,000 feet. Where is it? 5,000 feet. Okay, 5,000 feet. I checked the frequencies. The go around. See the misapproach here. I was saying that misapproach. Climb straight ahead to NDB 5.4D at DME. Then turn right to VOR climbing at 3,000 feet. So there's the VOR there. Hang on. So coming in here. Right straight ahead to NDB. There it is. Then turn right. Oh, into the VOR climbing to 3,000 feet. Now you can program that in, but I don't know how to do that. You know, so you do the you go around, press toga goes off. You do the go around and happy days, but I don't know how to do it manually, so if you have to go around, I'll wing it a bit. Okay, so we're coming in now. We've nothing from the, we have an identifier from the ILS, 110.3 once, 110.3 twice, 086, okay. So we're a little bit far out. Oh yeah, so it's going to go overhead the airfield there, obviously. And then we're going to go back out. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But there, look, it's doing what I used to do in the old day, actually. You know, you come in through the hold. We do a teardrop here, and we come in. And then we join the procedure here, and we come out, and we come back in again. And then they go around there, and then back in to 2,000 feet. And then we join the procedure again, turn out here. Yeah, so this is real stuff I remember from doing IR stuff. So it looks like it's okay. There's no complaints coming from the computer. It's not like we're have a descent path, and that's a lesson learned for me now with the, you know, with the Z and the ILS. You know, because if you look here, it has for 09. Set down a bit. Speed limit exceeded. Let's go back to flight plan here. How can I exceed the speed limit? Oh, to go above 260. Oh, we're just below. I'll put on some brakes here. Should be 250. Let's put on the landing lights then. So hopefully that will fix it. Okay, that's fixed it. You see, it's on idle all the way down, you see. The engines are at idle. So, you got to keep an eye on stuff like that, don't you? I'm sure you wouldn't get into too much trouble for going over the speed limit. You know, slightly like that. But then what worries me about the real airlines is that would now go, I believe, to ops, and they go have a report of your flight, and they go, okay, you broke the speed limit twice, alright, and you did this thing, because everything's recorded, and you have a big meeting, and they go, well, you know, points against you, mate. A very stressful situation to be in, isn't it? They could hammer you if they wanted to, you know, easily. Now I know it varies from airline to airline. There we're coming back to our 220 now. We're way under 250 knots. We're on profile here, and that looks fine to me. That looks all great. I'm happy as a pig, and you know, and that stuff they call. So 5,000 feet is the transition. So we can have a look outside. We're going to go overhead the runway. Happy days. Here it is down there. Let's zoom over to it, shall we? Let's have a quick look. But first, let's disconnect from the airplane. I get into trouble now. I can come back in here now. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to come back into the cockpit now, and all hell will break loose. That's the danger of coming out here like this. I wouldn't be doing this in VATSIM now. No, I haven't been on VATSIM yet, but you know what I mean. So here we are, another paid airport. I got it off the store in Flight Sim there. So let's slow the camera a bit down now. It's not the most amazing scenery, but at least it's got all the gates and stuff. Can you see my airplane there? There I am, look, up there. It's going to be a nice evening approach. Oh, 6th, yeah. The camera's way too sensitive. I have to activate the screen to slow down the camera, would you believe it? Minus. It won't do it now for some reason. No. Welcome to airport. Or I can't read that. There's Ryanair. There's Lufthansa there. Lots of detail here. Lots of detail. Where am I? Overhead. There I am. And there's is that Lonely Reaper there? I'll show the tags. Brilliant. Very nice. Very detailed airport. We're going to have a look at it again when we get down. Let's zoom back up to the airplane. Oh yeah, I told you. I told you. Emergency. Emergency. You see? You see? I messed it up. I messed it up. You see? That is the problem. Okay, so I'm going to fix this. Wait, you see. I know what I'm doing. I'm looking at the plate here, and it's actually pretty much showing me here. Easy with the descent. I'm going way too slow. What the hell happened there? Way too slow. It's because I didn't switch to standard, isn't it? And this takes ages to do. It does my head in. Push it forward. You can't just flick it. That's why. Okay, let's we've got auto thrust on. How about I fly this manually? Okay, well let's put on the autopilot again. Let's just keep it as we reset. You see the danger coming out? There we go. Now it should come down and join this line and come around here now. Okay, and we're a little bit screwed up. So you can see the danger. It's going too slow now. I don't like that. Is the auto throttle still on? Any power now. Go on manual. That's too slow. I'm going to get back on profile and then add the autopilot. I want 220 knots. Now we're coming back on profile now. Now back to climb. And auto throttle on and autopilot on. Let's see if it handles that. We're right. It's going to take a left now. It should have taken a left there. It's not taking a left. No, ain't taking a left, folks. I got to fly it manually to the procedure. Let's get rid of the autopilot now. and let's come out. Yeah. So we want to come down to 3,000 feet, which is fine. You see here, we need to come out around here now. So we're gonna fly it in manually, and why not get some hand flying here, folks? So I'm gonna be less chatty. So we really need to turn a good bit left for that. You see what happens? Why is the power going so slow? Stop going so slow. Disconnecting the auto thrust. Why are you going so damn slow? Adding power now. Let's zoom out a little bit. I don't want to climb either. I don't want to lose altitude either though. Okay, now I'm going to turn right onto the ILS. Whilst not climbing, I want to get 3,000 feet now. So, let's get... No, that's way too fast. The throttles are very... there's not a lot of throw. There's not a lot of throw here. I'm going to turn it 30 degrees. I'm going to have to look in a little bit closer, folks, so... you have to bear with me here. Come on down to 3,000 feet, Gripper. Let's slow down though. Okay, I've taken all the power off there now. And I'm going to hold the nose where it is. Speed check stops 1. No. 230. 215. Wow. No, 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 no. Stop climbing. Wow. It's like it's not trimming either. No, I'm just complaining because I'm moaning. Because things aren't going well for me. There we go. Now, we're losing speed. That's fine. I got all my cameras on. Yep. So we're coming down. Flaps 1, 230 knots. And good for flaps 1. That's what I should have done the first time. Let's start straightening out now. Yeah, let's straighten up and capture the ILS. Come on, get down below. There we go. No, let's keep going straight here. A little bit to the left, I think. Don't know what the flight director thinks it's doing. I'm not getting any indications from the DME actually. There's an aircraft ahead of us. Keep coming down. So on the approach, I want 800 feet a minute. That's what I'm going to go for initially. Now we're going to come in now. I'm going to start a gentle turn, and we're going to capture the localizer. I'm not getting the localizer yet. There we go. There's the localizer. Coming in. I can see the runway, but I'm not going to look out anymore. There we go. Clear that. Our flaps 2. I'm looking for 140 knots. And 800 feet a minute. Clear that. We're not trying to flick on the landing lights and stuff now, folks. Come on, get down. Come on. If I don't turn right, I'm going to get on. There we go.
2,500.
Flaps 3. 800 feet a minute when I get that star. My eyes are all here, folks. My eyes are all here. I'm not looking at anything else. Nah, that's too much. Let's turn back in again. Just want to get that sweet spot of 800 feet a minute. Get in there. 900 feet a minute. I'll keep that 9, thank you. Good. See the two stars there, the two magenta stars. I need to turn right. I won't get on it if I'm not turning right. There we go. I'm not touching the rudders. Full flaps now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start adding power in a second because auto thrust is off. Yeah. So manual power here. So I'm gonna add power now. Well, it takes a while to spool up. I should have left a little bit of power on to last it. There we go, we're getting our power. 63% is going to be too much. I'm not looking at 700 feet a minute, I want 8. See this is the arrow here? That should be 800 feet a minute. Now I want 9 now because I'm going to get on that glide slope. So minimums, I'm going to look up. Can I do it this way? No, it's not going to happen.
1,000.
Now you see, because I did that now I've messed up. So I'm going to have to look up at the mouse. You see the danger of even looking away for a bit. It's not good. There we go. There we go. See the way I messed around with the mouse there and that screwed me up. I need to come down a little bit more now. Well, let's get 1,000 feet a minute. Not good enough. Jesus.
500.
Okay. There's the runway there. Happy days. I'm good. Gears down. I'm happy with that. Not delighted, but I'm happy with that. I'm going a little bit too fast now because I wasn't keeping an eye on the speed. So the power's gone.
Light slow. Light slow.
But I have to admit it is easier to land.
Light slow.
I know we're below, but I want to touch down sooner.
40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
There we go. Let's get the nose wheel down. And reverse thrust. Down on the stick. Forward on the stick. And reversers off. So we had lots to spare. Lots to spare there, folks. Brakes are off. And flaps are up. Disarm the spoilers. Yeah, I didn't know to begin with because that happened. So the danger of looking out. Let's just park up. I'm going to have a look at the replay, folks. Now, I have to say to you, I was happy to do the manual landing there and fly it around a little bit. I haven't done that for a long time with the ILSs for... I don't think I've ever done it in this aircraft. Maybe a year ago or something, you know. It was a little bit on and off, but we got down and I looked up. I didn't hear the minimums there because I don't think I set them. So I said I'd look up. But that was fun. It does fly a lot better. So if you have been flying the Fenix and you're kind of going, oh, I can't fly it. It's not you. It was the model was a little bit all over the place. But I had much more control there. And I have flown the 747s. I have flown the 747s in a real simulator. And it's just the same as you know, as this now. You know, there's not much difference flying wise. So we're going to park up here and we're going to get some taxi and stuff. Who's that up there? Oh, that's the actual traffic. So that's the actual raw traffic. We'll just go through them. Because I have some folks with us today and that, you know. So where is the terminal, folks? Come on. There's a KLM. I think. We're going to go to in here. Now, I took the wrong taxiway, so I should have stopped and all that kind of stuff. I know. Let's just turn around and find a parking area. So let's just have a look at the maps. Taxiways. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it went the wrong way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around, follow that other traffic. And I'm going to find the gate. And whilst we're doing that, we'll have a look around this lovely airport. There's the Airbus maintenance. Thankfully, I don't need that because it wasn't a hard landing. There's no sign, there was no information from, or did I miss it because I was concentrating? The clapping. You know, should we get any clapping? You know? We're going to turn around here. We go down the proper way. Let's go to the taxiways. Seeing as we paid for the airport and all, you know, let's do that. So the approach was fine in the end. It was just the danger, you know, I said it to you. We went below our transition altitude and I hadn't changed the Q and H from standard to Q and H, and I think that's what disconnected the autopilot. So the danger really is me going outside the airplane. You know, it's not a good idea to be leaving your aircraft whilst in flight, is it? You know, going to the flight deck and whatnot. You know, that'd not be a good thing. Let's get those off. Let's get him on. Come on. And I'm going to be off the taxiway now because of all that. Nope, thankfully not. What else have we got to do here? Transponder. We should have stopped. My rule is to stop on the after exiting the runway. There's Blaine. My rule is to stop after the after we exit the runway and clean everything up, which I didn't really do there. Let's change it to a little bit daylight. It's getting a bit dark here. You can't see a thing. You want to see the airfield. But like that's a bit better there now. There we go. So we're going to go to the apron. We're actually going now. We should be on, I think it's Foxtrot, is that? Yeah, Foxtrot. There's the apron here. We'll find a parking space up here somewhere. I'm going to take the next exit just to avoid their plane there. And there's another one there. I can't see your tags. It's annoying when I can't see everyone's tags. Pop up to a gate. So it is actually worth your while sometimes if you have a favourite route to download the airports, because it just brings a little bit more immersion. So we're in Charlie now and we're going into the apron and then golf, apparently. So it looks pretty stunning. Let me activate my camera here, which would work for me earlier on. So that looks really cool. You know? Can we get a gate in here somewhere? Oh, there's one there. Is that one there? I don't see any. Oh yeah, number 10. Okay, so we're going in for number 10. Let's see how this taxiing works. Like a full rudder now, and the problem was when I straightened it up, it would go past it. It did a little bit, but it's a little bit more easier to. There we go. So we're on the line there now, and that gate should reach it. Very nice little airport. Lots of detail. That's Lufthansa. You know, let's hold here now. Oh, I don't know if that gate will make it. Let's put the parking brake on. Parking brake on. Good. I'm going to leave the engines on. Let's see for shits and giggles if the gate will reach us, shall we? So I want to sit back a little bit in my seat here. Boom, boom. Let's see if we can track at the gate here. Let's see what we get. There's Buzz there. So it's a nice... Look at that city in the background. It looks fantastic. The detail looks really good here. 6th. That's the airport there. You can kind of see inside. There's another 2 airplanes mating. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's Ryanair. So it looks pretty cool, that airport. So that's one for the collection. We'll be back here again at some point, folks. Very nice. Do you want to have a look at my manual landing? I guess so. I guess so. Let's have a look at the chat there to see what people are saying and stuff. I'm kind of disappointed in a way. I'm glad I flew it manually, but I felt it was a little bit messy. Nice landing and good recovery, says my career 707. Yeah, it's interesting with the manual thrust then, you know, because my speeds are up and down, but I think I got it in the end. On final there I was going too fast, but we'll talk about it in the end. So some manual flying, and that's why I wanted to get FSI panel working, because it just sets you up on final. And you can do your approaches and go arounds and reset really quickly, whereas you can't. There's no instructor station with this yet, because I need to set it up so I can practice go arounds and all this kind of stuff. So I'm hoping again tomorrow I get a chance to do that in the morning, you know, early in the morning. What else chats have we got? So thank you very much. Who is that from? Mr. Career, thank you. Icebergs here. Now I know why it's called turn around when planes land and take off again. Yeah. Yep. Iceberg B, I will ask you questions, but no worries, we'll get you next time. I was actually taking some of your advice, Iceberg, on this stream. I know you may have joined us just recently there. Okay, let's do the replay. Let's reset the cam. So we can have a look at the replay here. And I'm glad I hand flew it. Not the best in the world, but let's stop recording and hit the replay button. I was good and early adding the flight recorder this time. So let's go from here. It was all manual. Resume replay. Now, there's no point looking at the interior because it doesn't model all the speeds and stuff, you know. So let's try, shall we? Let me. Yeah, so it goes a little bit ballistic. You know, does it have the speed? Correct. No, that's not the speed we were at. We were a lot slower than that. It doesn't give you right readings in the cockpit. As you can see, all the switches are coming on and off. Look, it goes absolutely ape. It goes absolutely ballistic, and that is not what was happening in the cockpit at all. So it was not crazy. Pause replay. Let's go over here. It's a pity you can't get an accurate replay. It drives me mad. Now I haven't tried the Microsoft one for a while. Let's see what it's saying now. That looks a little bit more accurate. So I was totally manual. 2,000. I was trying to get my 3,000 feet here. I wonder when it shows the ILS. Let's just go further in. See, it's gone mental here because all that stuff wasn't happening. Yeah, we can only look outside. It's going to go crazy, which is a shame. It's a shame. I'd love to be able to do the replay with the inside, because you could really analyze it there. So where's the airport in sight? You really want to look at the landing. There we go. Short final there. Resume replay. Now we've got something to look at. So a couple of miles out there. And of course I had full flaps. It just won't model it. And those lift dumpers, I don't know if they were like that, folks. No, they were not like that. I don't think so. Oh no, they're turning. We're turning, so that's fine. Okay. So the only we can really analyze is the landing. But that was at points, I'm sure it was a go around, you know. But it's a flight sim. Good. Iceberg says it's never too late to take advice. Absolutely, you got to be open-minded with certain things and taking advice. You know, even if you don't agree with it, you gotta, you know. I love the interior of the wings there. I think that's really cool. There's that damn airplane. Is that airplane there again, blocking our approach? It's a bug somehow. I love that view of the spoilers going up and down and turning in. So I'm on the Pappies here. You can see I got two. How long did I have the Pappies? Did you mind if I just pause it for a second? Let's just go back here and see how long I had the Pappies for. Resume replay. Okay, I got 3 white now and 1 red. Now we got 1 red. So I'm too high here. Unstable approach, you'd have to go around, wouldn't you? But it's no harm practicing. Then we're coming back. Now we got 2 and 2. We got 2 and 2 now. And as always, when I come in, I'm going to be too high, which is bothersome. Oh, it's too low this time. But I was happy with that, I said, because I wanted to get the wheels on the ground. Because I'm well on the runway. I'm on the runway touchdown markers now. I don't know about the poppies there, but there's the touchdown. Oh, that was smooth. And on a reverse went. That was a smooth one, no? Let's try that again. From this angle. So it's much more controllable after the update in the Fenix. Happy days. Happy days. That's nice. I'm pleased with that. So I can land now again and on the center line. Almost on the center line, yeah. On the center line pretty much. There you go, folks. So, yes. My mistake was I left the airplane. And Icebird, you can confirm this for me. I was thinking it's because I left the airplane to look at some views, okay? I left the airplane to have a look at the airport and I zoomed ahead. What happened is I went below the transition altitude and I didn't change from standard to QNH. And then when I got back to the airplane, the autopilot had disconnected for a while. I think that's why I stuffed everything up. Do you know? Icebird says, I think it's not the problem of the flight recorder, but more of the Fenix, probably. Probably, you know. Or both. But there's no flight recorder here that will record everything. I want to analyze it. As you can see, the landing lights are going on and off, you know. It's gone crazy. So there you go. What do you say? I'm just waiting for Icebird to reply. Icebird. Mr. E, it's a shame that the replay isn't modelled accurately, I know. Nice landing, a good recovery. Thank you very much, Mr. Greer. I read that one already. And there you go, folks. There you go. So I'm hoping tomorrow to practice on my own